Hello everybody and welcome to the start of the finals of the ARMA Team League Season 4. With you tonight, Veggie and Cheese once again.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. We'll be getting underway very shortly here. The game has started, I guess, rather. So we'll quickly just go through how the situation stands right now. So finals have started, so the scores have been halved. So now we have the full picture of exactly where the teams are sitting. So obviously Riichi Fingers with a bit of a lead. About 150 points over second. Obviously more than overcomable. But they have had a
Like
pretty strong season.
200, only 250 points.
Oh, 250 points. No, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, it's still possible to overcome. I mean, we've seen, the points you can get from first, and in a final situation where you're playing against the same teams 8 times in a row, you're more than able to knock off a score like that with good play. But yeah, speaking of good play, the Riichi Fingers members have had a very strong season. As you can see, they're all 3 of them top of the leaderboard here in the individual standings.
We'll see if they run out of gas going into the finals.
You'd have to imagine luck runs out eventually. But it hasn't so far for Riichi Fingers. So yeah, basically we're looking to see if we want to have a competitive finals. We'll be looking to see strong firsts from some of the other teams. in the early games here.
Of course, for those who don't know, there are prizes for first and second. So, like you said, I do think in these first few Hanchans, teams will fight for a chance to overtake each Riichi Fingers, but maybe towards, especially the 7th and 8th Hanchan, there'll probably be a lot of positional play for second place if the standings remain like this. We can see here, like, these 3 teams are just 60 points apart.
Yeah, no, exactly right. So there is still stuff to play for second. So yeah, if each Riichi Fingers lead can't be corralled, yeah, as you said, we'll start to see positional play around second rather than first. And yeah, 60 points separating the other 3 teams is pretty much nothing in terms of the score swings that are possible here. But yeah, so we will open up the game here. The first game we have here, Ruriel, Frisky, Mai, and Pigyo for the 4 teams respectively.
Actually, just looking here, looks like... Oh, I was looking on your stream for the individual standings. So Frisky is the highest scoring for Riichi Fingers. Ruriel is the highest scoring for Dreaming. Pigyo is the highest scoring for Tanyao Sensation. And then Mai is just below Chewy.
Yeah.
All did really well this season.
Yeah, it's a table of heavyweights for sure. We've seen quite a few of Frisky's games. I think we've had them on stream at least twice. So we've seen quite a few of their strong appearances.
Unwise Al asking in the chat, I sound weird today. Yeah, I am a robot.
I don't.
I am somewhat tired.
I'll do it.
But don't worry, we're clearly going to get some really good, fun mahjong games tonight. Hopefully.
Yeah, you'd imagine so, right? Unless it's just a blow-away victory early on. And yeah, I've also been battling with my own sickness this week, so that's also very cool. But I don't feel all that bad comparatively, I suppose.
Oh, failed the capture check.
Yep.
I'm just quickly gonna look at the standings chart.
Yep.
Top 8. Oh, the top 8 chart has been boomed.
Yes.
Because I remember when we were talking about the top 8 going into the top 4, I think Dreaming was like at 7th, and I was rooting for them as an underdog.
Yes.
And yeah, they did manage to climb all the way up to not just 4th, but 3rd.
Yeah, no, they were definitely 7th going into the end of things here. Excuse me. And yeah, towards those final couple games, Dreaming, yeah, the especially the final 2, 109 points and 93 points was just 2 massive wins. They get themselves competitive, but yeah, big turnaround for Dreaming towards the end of it.
Well, here we are with Ruriel as the dealer, one Dora, a couple Sozu, maybe an Itsu if they manage to draw some more.
Yep, one Dora as well. We'll hope to keep that that block for the Itsu. They do manage to find it. Looks probably not now. But otherwise, yeah, Mai's hand pretty good as well here. Good Sozo shapes, good Manzu shapes. Pigyo's,
Tanyao.
Yeah, Tanyao's there too, yes. Pigyo's as well. Pretty good looking. Does have a couple questions. That's one of them. 6-0 will slot in nicely.
Yeah, that's a good 6-0 draw with the overlapping 4-5 and 5-7. No Doras. Maybe they can pick up a 6-man. We'll be able to move towards a Pinfu as well.
Audio being picked up twice? Yes, it is. You're right. Thank you. Sorry, I accidentally left the source open. Thank you very much.
So it wasn't just me being robotic.
It was fine in my end, but yeah, sometimes stream can do weird stuff. Yeah. I had to double.
That was a good 9-pin pickup for Pigio. Has a really wide Ishan 10 here. Another Dora for my. Drops the 8-man.
Still one Dora left for Pigio. If they can find it, would really up the value of that hand.
And of course, every Arca as well is still in the wall.
Apart from the 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Frisky's hand didn't look very good when I initially saw it, but they're actually Ishan 10 now with an Itzu chance in the Manzu.
Yeah, seemed to have drawn quite well. Obviously, you'd hope to find Vidora. If you
That's Tenpai for Pigio.
Yeah.
It takes it. Riichi only on the Kanchan 8-man, 1 discarded, and then 2 of them in other people's hands, and 1 left in the wall. That is the Itsu Tenpai for Frisky. 4 is slightly dangerous into a 5 Riichi. That was Dharma. I would like to see a Riichi pretty soon because this hand is just not changing.
No.
Outside of like an Arca maybe.
It's not changing, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty hard to call a fold because you've got Nitsu with Dora. I guess you don't have Pinfu. Here comes the Riichi.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, and that's Tenpai for Mai. Has to chuck the 8-man and does with 2 doors, dealing into just a Riichi Nomi from Pigio.
No Ura, so it remains Riichi only. Unfortunate for Mai that their loose tile ended up being the deal-in tile, but that's often how it ends up going. So yeah, a quick exchange of points early here. Now Frisky with the double ton chance.
Double ton, 1 Dora. Pretty good.
Yeah, Pigio with a pair of Chun is well positioned to also speed up the hand 2 Dora now for Frisky.
Ooh, Anko is a Chun. And actually Ishan 10 for a potential Chanta. They can pick up the 1-man.
1-mans are 2 left in the wall currently. Decent odds.
3-pin actually got paired up by Frisky right afterwards and then pawned the 3-pin that came out from Pigio. It's technically Ishan 10, but more like 2 Shan 10 because they'll need to either pawn the Ton or get rid of them for Tanyao. Meanwhile, already Tenpai for Rariel, another Riichi only on the Kanchan 7 sir. But he Patsutsumas! Riichi Patsutsuma Dora? Oh, what a nice Mangan for Rariel there.
Riichi only turning into Mangan with the Patsumo Ura 1.
That is such the classic Mangan, just Riichi Patsutsuma Ura.
Yeah. And despite missing their first dealership, Rariel able to catch up and moving us quickly onto East 3 here. West Dora, forever with the pair of the Easts. Mai with a pretty decent starting hand.
Not bad hands for everyone actually. Lots of good shapes, completed shapes.
Yeah, it's definitely poised for another quick Riichi at some point, and people obviously can open Rariel with the pair of the Easts here. I mean, Mai's hand could even end up moving towards a Tanya, possibly. So could Pigio's probably not with the Anko 9-man.
Rariel with that 2-man drop can also drop the East later on for like a Pinfu Ipeiko hand. Nice 7-man draw there for Pigio. Ishan 10 Chitoi, but can also, like, if they pick up a 3 or 5 pin, move towards a Pinfu Ipeiko.
Yep. Oh, I would have liked to see that 3-man stay, I think. Oh no, that's right. I thought it was 2 months. Never mind.
Yeah, keeping the 3-man's not that bad. You get the 4-man and the 1 pin Yukire, but I think Rariel's likes to keep the save tile as well as just committing to the Pinfu.
Yeah, I imagine that was the rationale here, but yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. Draws the Ton, which would have anchored up. But Tenpai for Frisky had the choice on chucking the Arca for the 6-9 so or the 8 so for the Kanchan. Elects for the Kanchan for Riichi Dora 1. 2 6 so's have already been discarded, so there's 2 left.
2 left, and you're maybe hoping that they're kind of loose. At least
I
from
can see the
my...
logic behind the 8-0 discard. You see 3 9-0s already discarded from figures, but you actually don't gain much because the Aka that you get would have been made up for the Pinfu. So even though there's just a 1 9-0 remaining, it's good to have that extra gear.
Meanwhile, my also finding Tenpai on what I believe Kanchan 5-pin.
3-pin?
Sorry, 3-pin. Yeah. Kanchan 3-pin.
Hanchan. Actually, no, that's not Tenpai.
Someone was Tenpai. Oh, it must have been Pigyo.
I think Pigyo was Tenpai, yeah. Folded on the 2-man. Ruriel still Ishan 10. I think he shoved a 1-pin into the Riichi.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's getting too late. So Alex to fold. Tenpai on the 369 4-pin for E10.
Yeah, this is probably weighing up the odds and does decide to go to keep the dealership.
Yeah, 8-pin was a safe discard, and Mai wasn't getting another draw. So just taking the Tenpai payment there. And keeps his dealership, which is nice.
Dealership keep is pretty good.
Mixed up with the Chun pairs and decent connected tiles.
Yeah, a couple different ways this hand can go, depending on how the first couple discards go.
Couple Hanchans and Penchans for Pigyo, no Dora.
Yeah,
Ace gets paired up for Ariel.
Might help unlock that hand a little bit for Ariel, but I imagine the North might just end up coming out before too long.
I think they might actually keep it and try to tanky on the North. Oh, but they like to go just straight efficiency. Because there's not much value you can get if the tongue comes out and you pawn it. It's just going to be 1,000. And you don't have a designated pair right now. Like if you cheat the 3-so and like cheat the 2-5 man, you can end up on a North Tanky, which would be 3,900.
North Tanky, yeah, is a fairly common Tanky. Definitely.
And of course, you could also just pair it up before you get to Tenpai.
Yeah, that is true as well. Yeah, the only reason why I thought they might just take the ton only is because, yeah, at least so far, the table seems to be not too fast with, yeah, Riichi onlys and things like that. Obviously, it's a bit different when you open, but so far, the pace has been quite quick.
Looking at Risky's hand, which we haven't talked about, all Tanyao tiles except the North, which is already 2 cut. We'll see if they decide to cheat here and go for Tanyao. Does not. Oh, instead, nice 6-man draw.
Yeah, isn't too far off Tenpai.
Interesting decision here for Rariel. I think the 9-man drop wouldn't have been too bad. Because if you drew the 6-man, you just have a 4-7-man wait. And then a lot of them, well, you have 2 9-mans and another 9-man had been discarded before Friskies. So it's not serving too much of a purpose. Does hit Tenpai now after the Ton Khan, waiting on the Kanchan 4-man. 2 in Frisky's hand, 1 left in the wall. Oh, but nice draw for Frisky here. Should just normally see the 5-pin for the max Yukire, but instead cuts the 8-so.
Maybe hoping to pick up a 6-pin and confirm the Tanyao.
Yep. Oh.
But
well,
I mean, you can get
that's not going to be the best draw because you would have ended up on a Tanky.
3-pin is Tenpai.
Pretty good Tenpai here. Riichi Pinfu Dora 1.
Yeah, the Ura gave Pigyo and my an extra Dora here. And my also waiting on the 6-0 at this stage.
And that's Tenpai for Frisky as well. Chucking the single move CG 8-pin instead of taking the 6-9 pin weight.
We
Tanyao
have
Ipeiko Aka.
everyone.
Oh, but
Tenpai
Tsumegi
here.
Riichi's now.
And that is.
Oh, and that's the Sumo.
Yep.
Mai says thank you for that Riichi stick.
Shindora 1. Thank you for the Khan as well. We're all the assist there. My keeping the dealership as well here. It's waking up with another ton pair. And good shapes otherwise outside of the honor tiles.
Yeah, once again, not much of a hand going on for Pigio. Picks up a 1, so if they can pick up like a 1 or 3 pin, maybe a 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku. Rariel with 2 Dora.
Dora, but awkward shapes to fill will need the right draws. Can't really open right now.
Yeah, just your typical hope you get to Tenpai in Riichi hand.
Yeah. Frisky as well. Maybe another Tanya hand here. You got the 1-2 free shape that's already completed, but again, there's some Hanchans to fill, especially around the Dora.
3 Dora now for Rariel. 2-man would have actually been a really interesting discard, because that 1-so does give you 2-so Yukiere, and you see 2 1-mans discarded.
Imagine we might see.
And you want to use the Aka 5-man as well. But instead, fills up that 7-so Kanchan, which is really good.
Really good. Chooses to cut the 6-8 pin Kanchan here. So holding on to the shape in the Manzu for now. But yeah, I agree. I would have probably liked to see the 2-man come. Because yeah, this maximizing use of the Akadora would be really nice. My Tenpai on the free pin for the left on the wall.
That's Tenpai for Pigio. Fills up the Kanchan, waits on the 4-7 man. 4 left in the wall for Riichi Pinfu. Rariel sidestepping a bit with that 9-man cut.
Yeah, can obviously cut the other one as well.
That's Tenpai for Frisky. And Riichi's it, waiting on the 8-so 2 pin. 1 8-so left. But yeah, like you mentioned, my was Tenpai, and now with the decision here, probably won't cut the 4 pin. So if they want to keep the Tenpai, they'll cut the 2 pin, which is safe against Pigio. But elects to fold.
Yeah, at least for now, throwing the Gembutsu.
Yep, the good thing for them is that 6-0 is safe, so they do have quite a few safe tiles against 2 Riichis, which might not often be the case when you're playing.
6 pin. There's a 4-man.
That's a 7-man. So 2 versus 1.
Tough find here.
Chun is 1 cut. Goes with 7-so. But the 8-so comes out. I think 7-so was no chance.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize 8-so was the Dora.
Dora, yeah.
Yeah, reached Tanya Dora 3.
Yeah, dealing with the Dora tile is painful for Pigio, but does get the dealership here to try and recoup some of the losses. 2 Dora, lots of center tiles. Rariel's hand though is pretty good as well. It's already got the Dora accepted. Frisky with good Manzu shapes and like a Dora. And with Dora acceptance if they do find one. Lastly, my North pair, so can open the hand if they wish to speed things up. They do have a Dora, which they would like to use, obviously.
Yeah, mine was Ishan 10, but let's go back to Tushan 10. Doesn't want to cut the door and just have like a Riichi only, I guess.
Mm. Okay, Risky sizing up a potential Itsu here. Still looking for their other block and head.
Yeah, interesting 2-man cut because you actually lost a pair with your 2 Mensus.
Mm.
Would have preferred to see like maybe an 8-pin instead.
Yeah, it's unlikely to be used, and yeah, if you find a second 2-man, there's your pair, or a third 2-man, I suppose, technically.
Oh, really nice 6-0 draw for Piyu. Manages to use both the Aka and the Dora.
Yeah,
So actually Roundman, Ishan 10 for pin 2, Dora 2, maybe Tanyao.
If he finds an 8, so do you ever cut the Aka to try and get a Sun Shoku as well?
Yeah, you could. Probably not immediately.
Mm.
Only if you drew the 6-pin.
Yeah, that's fair.
You might also just elect to keep a safe tile instead because keeping a 5-8 so might not be good later on. It is right next to the Dora. Or connected to the Dora tile.
So Tempai.
Good Tempai there, picking up the 8-pin. Gets the 2 5-pin weight for pin 2 Dora with an Ipeko chance. 2 of the 2 pins were already discarded. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Because Mai did get the North Pon, like you mentioned. Managed to open for North Dora 1.
Hand is open 4 pairs for Ariel. But he can just transition irregular pretty easily. So no need to go for Chitoi here. Frisky with a Hatsu pair and a Dora. Mai with a Haku pair and Anka with 8 pins. Pigyo with an Aka and...
Dora 3 actually.
Oh yes, Dora 3, yeah. Dora 3. So...
And decent shapes.
Probably looking to get this hand to Tanyao pretty quickly.
Yeah. Ruriel did manage to pick up a 5th pair, so now Ishan 10 for Tanyao Chitoi. Likes to not maximize the Tanyao.
Sees the one cut Hatsu, which obviously Frisky didn't call. There's a Dora here, but I think now you got it. Frisky.
Yep, because now you're Ishan 10
Yeah.
for both Chitoi and a normal hand. Yeah, Frisky not passing the second Hatsu. Missing a pair now. And the shapes aren't that good still, so still some work to do. My Ishan 10... One so.
Kanchan.
Okay, now gets more acceptance.
I thought that might be the case. Yeah, unfortunately for Rary, a lot of 5-sos are accounted for at this stage. So if they do end up waiting on it, we'll be disappointed probably.
We see a Chi here from Pigyo, just like you said, wanting to open for that Tanyao.
Yeah, with the free Dora, you're looking to just cash the hand as quickly as you can. So this makes sense for Pigyo.
Would be an awkward Chi here, so yeah, Pigyo elects not to take that one. Oh, and Ruriel calling for Tempai. Waiting on the 5-8, so for Tanyao Dora. Like you said, all the 5-sos are accounted for.
Yeah, and it's halfway through the second row. You're running out of time. That's a nice Haku find for Maido.
Yeah, Tempai for Mai, waiting on the 6-9, so Dharma's 3 9-sos already discarded.
Maybe hoping to find a pair for a Sun Anko chance as well. I don't know. Maybe just not liking the Riichi with the 3-9 says out. You've got 3 goals as well. And you
Could also be they can drop 5. They can draw 5 so and drop an 8 so without feeling too bad about losing any Yukire. Oh, but they'd sumo the 6 though. Sumo Haku. 701-3.
Sumo Haku takes away Roriel's last dealership here. And starts us with Friskies. We've got a Dora, we've got some good Sozo shapes, some hanging dragon tiles. Mai as well, great starting hand. This is actually
Ishanten.
Ishanten, yeah.
Better Ishanten.
Piggy with 3 Dora. Can't quite open this one as simply as the last one.
Yeah, unfortunately couldn't even cash in that Dora 3 last hand.
Yeah, just beaten to the punch, unfortunately.
4 pairs here, locks in the Dora 3-pin pair.
Five pairs now.
Most likely Chitoy.
So yeah,
Ishanten for Ruriel as well.
And Ishanten for Frisky.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
that's an unfortunate backfire.
what can you do about it?
Yeah, not much. Oh, nice upgrade there for Frisky. Gets the 147, so.
Yep.
As well.
Hoping to not find the 1 so you keep the Tanyao.
Yeah, that's a Dora 2.
Piggy rejecting the Anko 7 man as well, so yeah. Locked into Chitoy or Toy Toy.
Yeah, usually people like to keep an Anko for like the Solanko chance, but some of the pairs are pretty rough, like the 3 and 7 pin.
Tenpai
Tenpai
does
for
chase.
Mai on 4-7 man and Oikake from Pigio. Cuts the safe 5 man into the Riichi.
Yeah, the safe
instead of
Riichi
greeting.
entry. So 1 5-man left. Oh wow.
Oh, but a Patsusumo from Mai. Riichi Patsusumo. Ura.
No, it is
No. Does not get the Ruriel treatment.
And yeah, that's Frisky's last dealership done. So Mai and Crimson Wanderers, the first team to try and maybe take some points off Riichi Fingers here.
Yeah, probably also really, really important for Ruriel to stay above Frisky
Yes.
if they can't catch first.
Yeah, and Piggy and Tanyao Sensation, they are in 4th. Obviously, like we mentioned before the stream, that all the teams were pretty close, the last 3, but the first, this is a pretty heavy 4th if you do end up taking it.
The good thing for them is they still have a dealership in South 4.
Yeah. So Piggy with another Chanterish looking hand here. Ruriel looks to be going towards the Hanitsu. They started with, I think, only 3 non-so-so or honor tiles.
Passes the Hatsu Pon, not happy with just like Hatsu Dora with like a chance for Chanta. Instead picks up the 6 pin. So outside of drawing a 9 pin, probably just going to be a normal Riichi.
Riichi with a Dora. Unless you, yeah, as you said, unless you find a 9 pin.
Oh, we see a call for Tenpai here for Mai. Tanyao only on the Hanchan 3, so.
2 left in the wall.
Yeah, pretty locked away in Ruriel's and Frisky's hand at the moment.
Yeah, shouldn't come out too soon. I guess maybe if Rariel calls like a 1-so pawn. But with the Riichi now, does sidestep with a North tile.
Yeah, 6 months pretty rough into that.
Yep.
Riichi. Though their Sozu are coming together, so. Unfortunately for Rariel, the Hakus are locked away in Frisky's hand.
Yes, they will unfortunately not be coming out. So if they want to have a hope of winning the hand, you'll need to not be relying on that. For man.
5 pairs for Frisky with a Dora pair. So if they can, they'd like to try and keep this Ishan 10. One man is one chance.
Does push.
And they're like, yep. And we saw my fold.
Yeah.
That one, but the 6 man as well.
Yeah, 6 man just not looking very good into the Riichi, so yeah. Electing to fold with the 40k points. You don't want to feed into Pigya. Okay, 4 man comes, which is Nakasuji. But I think Rariel's just gonna run out of time here.
Yeah, all the tiles he needs are dead in Frisky's hand anyways.
Yeah.
4 5 mans for Frisky. Oh, but gives Tempai over to Rariel on the Haku 5-so. Oh, Tempai for... No, not Tempai. He has
a Khan.
If he was playing Szechuan Mahjong, this would be an amazing demo right now.
Yes.
Or like, I think Kansai Riichi Mahjong or some place plays with, like you can have 2 of a pair. Unfortunate for Frisky as well, doesn't get another draw to get rid of the other 5 man.
Yeah, it's fairly unfortunate. There's as you said, keeping the 5 man because I mean obviously they weren't safe, but also just in case. But ends up backfiring when you draw the 4th one.
I'm not sure if 5 man was even safe at the end to drop there, like,
No, it
or if
wasn't.
Frisky thought that it was maybe Tempai if he drops the 5 man. Or maybe just didn't notice that he didn't get another draw to try and swap it out for Tempai.
Either or. But yeah, this has been a quick Hanchan. We're already into South 4 here. So Pigyo needing to string together a few wins to try and rein in 3rd and 2nd. But Mai with a South pair is able to immediately call again. To Dora as well, just because Hank could go Toy in the end, but I think Mai will be happy just taking the quickest senpai that they can find. Same with Rariel here, who did start off with a very fast hand.
Yeah, elected to pass the Tempai and the Kanjan 8-so. Wants to try and pick up a Tanyao, maybe a Pintu as well.
So yeah, Rariel and Tile Dreaming now a fair bit ahead of Frisky.
Ooh, gets the Tanyao and weight upgrade. Riichi's on the 5-8-so. 4 left in the wall.
Okay, that allows Pigya to open, who will try to get Tanyao here.
Actually, that chase stopped Rariel from a part to Simoing on the 5-so, which was drawn by Frisky.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, Pigyo, really no choice except to push here. You
10
don't
by
have much to lose.
10 by for Frisky, but we'll deal in with the 8-so.
And he probably will take it. Has a chance to overtake Rariel.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, deals into Riichi, Tanyao, Aka. And an Ura for a Mangan.
Mangan, not enough to take over Mai, unfortunately, for Rariel, but we'll give them a pretty strong second. And yeah, importantly, does hit Frisky down a little bit more. So after the first Hanchan here, My and Crimson Wanderers, the first row, on Dreaming second, Frisky, Riichi Fingers third, Pigyo and Tanyao Sensation fourth. So, very quick match. My will be coming up
37
on
minutes.
TV. We don't have the replay yet. Yeah, no, very quick, Hanchan. 37 minutes from our end. It was 32 from their end. So yeah, an half an hour Hanchan, pretty quick.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Okay, I think Mai's just posting the log.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. There it is. Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problems. Any immediate thoughts about the game, first of all?
Good game. Pretty close. Pretty clutch.
Yeah, and it was a pretty tight game. The first couple wins were quite small until there was the very first win was small. Second win could have been small, but the Patsumo from Rariel early on sort of opened things up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got to your dealership and you managed to string together a couple of wins.
I did.
Yeah, I think it was not actually very explosive from my end. I think if we didn't really pay too much attention to it, but I think you got a lot of extra points from just Riichi sticks from other players.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Like, I won a couple of hands where it's like open hand and other people Riichi, and I was like, maybe I should just fold, but then I just drew my winning tile. And I 3 sticks. Yay.
Yeah. So your first one, you managed to just as you said, you only had the Chun and you got an extra Dora from the Ura, but yeah, scooping up the 3 extra sticks was great. After that, you got the. Oh no, you didn't actually win this one. Sorry, I thought you strung to give a couple more wins. You ended up having to fold this hand.
Yeah, I think all the wins that I got were all less than Mangan.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah.
But like an extra 1,000 or 2,000 there. If you're only winning like 2 or 3 Han hands, 1 or 2 extra 1,000 might just be like an extra Han, really.
Yeah.
Yep. It adds up.
But yeah, it didn't deal in. Really good folding at some points where if you had pushed, you would have dealt in. So yeah, really just a good, stable game overall.
Yeah, overall, pretty happy with how I played. There was one hand where I had a Anko Haku where I could have Riichi'd, but I didn't Riichi. Yeah. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
That. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to Riichi that. My main concern was that I don't see any of the Dora, so I might run into a situation where I may want to fall back to folding, but then I drew my winning tile and I felt a bit bad.
Well, I mentioned a little bit where like if you drew the Dora, you could drop the 8 without feeling too bad because you see 3 of the 9s are just discarded. So you won't need to drop the Dora. But I guess it really depends on how many tiles you think you would fold on. If it's like just the Dora, then you still have to weigh it up.
Like basically, if someone cuts the Dora and then another person pongs and then they show like 3 Dora, then I'll probably just fold. Because this hand is very good for folding as well. Like I can always cut the Haku, and it'll probably never be dealt in. There's also that like San Anko upgrade. kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
Veggie
the
did mention
nine,
that.
because the 9 soul is pretty dead. So if I draw a pair or if I draw the 5 pin, I might consider just going for the silent call.
Yeah, again, it would probably come up to your decision making on if you drew the 7 or the 8, would you take the
Yeah.
Sananko, or would you Riichi and all that stuff. I guess more is like, without looking at the player's open hand, if you drew like a 6-man,
Yeah.
would you throw like the 3/6-man?
At the current state of the board, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I guess it's pretty close, pretty hard to make a decision. Also,
Yeah.
South 1, second place is dealer. Like, how happy are you just winning Haku only versus, you know, maybe reaching and having a chance at Mangan? All that stuff. I guess it's just player sort of their view on what they're happy or not happy with, which will make them decide whether they would Riichi or not Riichi this hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
good
you
points.
said, I like with regards to the Riichi here. Yeah, you can't see any of the Dora, you can't see any of the Arca. It's a bit, and you see 3 open players, so you assume someone's got 2 at least, maybe 3 Dora. You know, at least I
Yeah.
would. So some people might not mind, and they see 3 open players, and they're like, "Oh, good, they, you know, if it's gonna be hard for them to fold, I'm gonna Riichi." But other people, yeah, they might will take the more conservative approach and not want to risk that. So I think if you ask like 10 different people here, you'd probably give 5 say Riichi, 5 don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty tough call, yeah.
But
it worked out.
yeah, it did work out. Yeah, you managed to get as you said, you found your tile. Feels bad, but you know, wins a win.
Feels bad, but at least like I got the points instead of somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you Dharma and you Tsumo, you shouldn't really be too upset with it. If you made the decision to play it safely and you managed to win the hand, like, you got to be happy with that.
Yeah, yeah. It's always just hindsight.
Ain't it always?
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. But I mean, apart from that round, I think it was just good solid play from you. Folding when you should have, as she said. And yeah, you didn't deal in.
Oh, this in South Free, I had an opportunity to keep my dealership. If you go to the very end,
Oh yeah. I did see this. You had the opportunity to put the free pin in here.
yeah,
And you just let it go past.
yeah, I just passed my dealership. Maybe I could have kept my dealership and tried to get more points because it's finals after all. But I just
also,
kinda, but
yeah.
yeah, it's also risky. So I don't know. I just played it safe.
I think it's fine to pass here. If you pass this, like, you know, both Toyman and Kami would need like a Hanuman Sumo. If you keep your dealership here, if they Mangan Sumo, you pay that penalty, suddenly it becomes a bit of a rough southfall,
Yeah.
maybe.
Exactly.
Also, Riichi Fingers isn't third at the moment, and if you could finish the game like that, there's not much more you could really ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's perfectly fine passing a dealership here. You know.
Yeah. I also saw Toyman, who was sitting across the person
Rariel.
across me.
Yeah, Rariel.
They called the one so I was pretty sure they were Tenpai with like Honitsu or something. So I just played as like if I didn't pay attention to that, I might have dealt in with the also because
because it just passed. Yeah.
it passed, but yeah. Luckily, the 6-man came out, so that's a much safer tile to throw.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap things up here. Yeah, congratulations on the victory, again.
Okay, thank you.
Hand the baton over to who's playing next on your team? FZS.
FZS.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope to see you back here shortly,
All right.
and good luck.
Good
going
luck to your
forward.
team chasing down Riichi Fingers.
Thank you.
Alrighty, catch you soon.
Bye, mate.
Bye.
Alrighty, so it looks like we will be starting on the hour. We might have had an earlier start, but yeah, the teams are not all responding. So yeah, we will be starting the next thing up in 15 minutes or so. So we'll be back then. So we'll take a short break, and we'll be back with the second match. Alrighty, we are back. Games have gotten underway here, and I have hopefully updated all the things that I need to update. Real quick, to go into the situations after the first match here. So we do have, obviously, with the first from Crimson Wanderers and the second from Dreaming, the third from Riichi Fingers, we do see a little bit of the shuffling of the points. Now the lead for Riichi Fingers is down to just over 160. Crimson Wanderers have separated from Dreaming by about 90 points. And Dreaming are ahead of Tanyao Sensation by just under 80 points. So, a bit of separation after the first game, but still, how many matches did they go? 7? Counting's hard.
Yeah, 7.
7. Yeah. So, yeah, we still got a fair bit to go. But, I mean, even with that first game, you can see that the lead that Riichi Fingers built up, it can be overtaken. VC games like the ones we just saw. So they need to keep trying to string together wins and keep that gap from the rest of the pack, basically, if they want to hold on to the first.
Yeah, definitely. Like, every third that Riichi Fingers have might be a first from another team, and that's going to be like, 70 points maybe, something.
Yes. All right.
So, really don't want too many thirds, and definitely not fourths.
Yeah, no. Thirds, it's just not... It's not good. And yeah, as you said, fourths are even worse. Fourths is you start to see yourself losing 50, 60 points, possibly. So, should be avoided as much as you can. Just want to make sure I didn't screw up anything. Oh yeah, that would have been... No, I have pushed through the updated overlay. It's good. All right. So we start here with Unwise Owl in the east seat and FZS in the north. So Riichi Fingers will be sort of a little bit more pressured to try and put up a lead early.
FZS can also stop feeding Unwise Owl.
Yeah, if they decide
if the situation pops up, yeah.
They can play very very defensive. I forget the term for it in terms of stopping feeding your Shimocha. But yeah. That's what's interesting, I think, about the finals, is you get all this sort of more positional and tactical play.
Like, maybe you might not be too upset if Cyber and Tanyao Sensation comes first if you're still above Riichi Fingers.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Whereas it's usually not the case, in the top, in the initial stage and even the top 8, because there's so many teams that are fighting for a place that just stopping one usually isn't too meaningful.
Yeah, exactly. And you obviously have zero influence on what happens on the other games, whereas here you have the direct influence to be able to determine the outcomes. And we start here with Otherwise Owl with Kokushi.
Yep, Tushan 10, West, and Manzu.
And naturally, when you see someone with Kokushi Tiles, usually someone has a decent hand, and this time it appears to be Cyber Wow.
Oh, no. I'm just saying that all the 9-1s and West are in the wall, so...
Oh.
Someone better hurry up. Cyber is actually Ishanten right now with the Tanyao, potential 3-4-5 Sanshoku and Adora as well. So can spoil what Unwise Owl is building here. Nice 1-0 draw for FZS. Still 2 Shanten, but decent shapes.
Yep.
There's one of the 9-mans.
9-man straight into the discard pool. So information for Unwise. Obviously, he doesn't know that all the weights are practically live.
I
But
don't think he cares
Yeah.
how many are alive. It's just I hope they're in the wall and I hope I draw them.
yep. Yeah, but yeah, Cyber can very quickly shut this hand down. I mean, even
Oh, that's Ishan 10 for FZS. Potential 1, 2, 3 Sanshuku as well.
the wrong Manzu tile.
So Cyber elected not to take the 3 Pinchi
Tempo.
for Tanyao Dora Sanshuku.
Yeah, and yeah, Cyber does have that opportunity to just call and open.
Yeah, I think since they're so far in the dumpster right now that Cyber's hoping for a bit more with this hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, FZS Tempo on the 1-4 pin. Riichi Dora 2.
Very nice starting hand for FZS.
3 left in the wall. Chi from Desu still quite a ways away from Tenpai.
With the Alcadora, I imagine trying to cash in the hand if you can, but I think we'll be just a little bit too slow. Where is one of the Wests? 8 is safe.
Well, that's another West. Can you imagine if this didn't she?
Yeah. She would have that she's basically made it so that otherwise I didn't enjoy her at 9 man would be Tempai here. And the West is definitely coming out. 7 pin is pushed.
This is actually so upsetting, like, you know, when you're Kokshi or Chitoy or something, and you just see the tiles just drawn from your opponent, there's another West, and just instantly discard, and you're like, man, why couldn't I just draw one of them?
There's the last West, and that's the
Oh,
Kokushi
it's
deck.
over.
Yep. So now
Really feel like Unwise Owl had a really good chance.
that was the best chance
for the
Kokushi I
Kokushi.
think I've ever seen in ARMA League.
Yeah.
In terms of its sort of starting speed. But yeah, it's so often when you get these hands, someone else will have these nice hands like Cyber and FZS. Yeah, that's completely unlucky. Couldn't find it in the West over 9 months, so yeah, that's that.
In the meantime, we've had a couple of FZS's weights getting drawn. There's only one left.
Yeah, FZS as well. Pretty unfortunate to not sumo something here.
Yeah, and there's the last one drawn to Cyber's hand. Doesn't? Oh, it has a 2-1. Goes at the 5-1.
Cyber could even get Tempai here. At the very end.
Yeah, needs a pair. Doesn't get it. Just Rikyoku.
Just Ryukyoku after that. But FZS picking up all the sticks there. Apart from their own. Does move the dealership on to Cyber's first dealership. So Tanyao Sensation are in 4th. Would like to see a first from this game to keep themselves in the mix.
And Annoys Owl with another Kokushi attempt. This time has 9 unique without a pair.
Yeah, it's a little less likely here. I mean, unless you destroy everything you need, but I guess you just keep trying, huh? I guess.
2-10 without a pair. So East 9-man.
Yep.
And well, East and anything. East is Dora.
East is Dora.
So that's sort of a good and bad thing. Because the good news is that people are likely to keep the East. So when Unwise Owl gets Tenpai, most likely waiting on the East, it can come out when people just get rid of it because the rest of the hand is good.
Yep. Tenpai.
Okay, and there's the Tenpai on the East.
Desu's holding on to an East, and it could come.
Desu called. The problem for Unwise Owl in terms of that is Desu doesn't have a Yaku outside of Toy Toy.
Yep.
And if he's going for Toy Toy, it probably wants to be Tunky on the east at the end.
Yep.
I guess the only bad draw is if they get a 2-pin. Meanwhile, Cyber temp high. Tanyao Aka waiting on the 4-7 pin.
Tanya Aka. 4-7 pin's quite live still. Is it all? No.
No, there's
No,
four
the
pins.
four pins, yeah.
So just all the 7 pins there.
Oh!
Oh, and Unwise Owl Sumo's east.
That is...
And there's a Yakuman.
That's a Kokushu. It's as easy as
I
that.
mean, if at first you try and you don't succeed, just Kokushi again and again.
Yeah, I guess. What do you even do here? That's so unfortunate for Cyber, who is in 4th and has to pay Kubari as well.
Yeah. I think there was some pre-game chat. Like Cyber's like he's gonna just absolutely cook this game and seal his team's fate, and then Rariel's like, please hit Riichi Fingers. I think he missed the memo.
What do you even? Unwise Out just drew so good.
Well, yes.
That
Somehow that first hand where we thought, I think it was Ishan 10 on like 10-3.
Yeah.
We thought that one was easy with 4 of each of the remaining ones left in the wall. Couldn't convert that. This one starts with just 9.
Yeah.
And just draws like a god, like you said.
Just draws everything. That's crazy. Okay, so all right, so Unwise I'll off to a big lead here. It's a Yakuban. What do you expect? But Desu here with the dealership. The hand is coming together slowly. Needs
Yep, definitely comebackable. You can think of it like Unwise Owl was dealer and Sumo like a dealer manga and a dealer Hanuman. Because with these rules with Aka, you can definitely get some repetitive big hands as dealer and make up that Yakuman Sumo back.
Yes.
FZS here, Ishan 10 already with the 3-4-5 Sanshoku chance, can accept the Dora. Doesn't get the, instead just gets Pinfu.
Yeah. Riichi Pinfu is, not terrible. It's not Yakuman, but still good. 5 left in the wall on 2-5 pin. Good in Yaka.
Akara as well, yeah.
So
Unwise Owl could have kept Pinfu Ishan 10, elects to go with the completely safe 4, so basically destroying any chance to win this hand.
Yep.
You might run into some troubles because there's not many safe tiles getting created for him. So really just relying on the drawers right now. Does get the 3-pin and a 1-pin as well, so should be safe for a little bit.
Yep. Has some options here. With the lead you built up this early, yeah, you can just you could just coast this to a victory, potentially, depending on if anyone else is able to go. You string together a couple wins, like as you said, the Dila Manga, Dila Hanuman. So just opts to play this safe.
Yeah, nice 5-pin Sumo there for FZS. Riichi Sumo Pinfu. Gets an aura as well, which is nice.
It is nice here. Bumps up the value of the hand a fair bit. Nearly back to even for FZS and into East 4 already. Another quick Hanchan on our hands here. Potential for a Honitsu.
Yeah, or Chanta maybe.
Yeah.
North Pond offered to Des, does not take it. Does have an Aka and Aura acceptance with the 9-man Anko.
Yep. So hoping to find a little bit more value, hopefully.
2 Dora here for Unwise Owl as well. And all his tiles are basically connected. Like all his shapes are made.
Cyber with a lot of...
Not much.
Yeah, not much. bunch of Sozo middle tiles. You can maybe try and get this to a Tanyao, maybe pick up some Dora, but for now it's a bit slow compared to the other hands.
And with the Pinzu that SZS have drawn, does transition to that Honetsu like you mentioned.
Yep. So yeah, elected to go for the Pinzu Honitsu since I've drawn a bunch of 6 pins, so on and so forth. So
Ishan 10 for Unwise Owl. Ooh, 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku as well. And can call for that,
yes,
which you definitely would be happy to when you're already 30 plus K in the lead.
yeah, 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku with 2 Dora here is a little tidy pickup and does bring us all the way into South round already.
Ishan 10 for Dessa as well. Unfortunately, has an isolated Arca, which he'd like to swap out if he can. Didn't elect to throw it before to maximize his Ishan 10.
Just draw it.
Oh, and just draws that Forcer. And Riichi's
Yeah,
just
I mean,
fully believing in his flow. All the 3 pins are still in the wall.
yeah.
So Riichi, Sanshoku, Dora 2. Sumo is already a Hanuman.
That'd be massive for Unwise Owl and Riichi Fingers. I don't want to say it puts it beyond doubt, but yeah. Chun Call for FZS will not give up this dealership lightly.
Ishan 10. Unfortunately, that 1 pin south Shampon only has one of the souths left.
Yes.
Alright, 3 pin can be used in Unwise in FZS's hand. Has a decision here now. Wait on the Shampon or the 5 pin Hanchan. Oh, and the south comes out from Desi.
Yep. So right decision for FZS in the end.
Yeah, Desi keeping that Ishan 10 with 2 Arca.
Yeah, as you said. Not wanting to let go of the Arca sort of forced them to further south, and yeah, as you said, it was already 1 cut. Does it deal in?
And that was a dealer win, so only like 24,000-ish points to make up for FZS.
Yeah, more than doable.
Yeah, a couple roundmans here, no Dora though, but could even use 2 of them if he manages to pick them up.
Yeah. All the Dora, other than 1 Dora is in Unwise Owl's hand, but everything else is still on the wall.
Pair of East and Haku for Unwise Owl and a Dora. Really nice hand once again. You just want these fast hands that you can open, especially on the dealership of the only person even close to catching you at the moment.
Yep. You just want to move things along as soon as you can. It's why I do like the Riichi the last hand, because it does put the pressure on the table to, okay, if you don't push, then I'm going to sumo and the lead's going to be bigger. So it didn't work that time, but yeah. This hand, obviously, you got the Haku and the East, 2 options to open. Get both of them, that's even better.
Ishan 10 now.
Yeah.
Desu has something brewing here. Still 2 Shan 10, but does have an Aka, maybe Tanyao, Pinfu.
Yep. Not even Carning. Come on.
Maybe that's a bit over.
Yeah, that's fair. Wait, upgrade.
Nice upgrade. SZS, the dealer, is Ishan 10 with that Dora acceptance.
Still all Dora left in the wall, other than the one Unwise had at the start. Ranman, Ishan 10. And there is our first, and it is Tempai for Cyber.
Yep, reaching on the Kanchan 7 pin. Riichi, Ipeko, Tanyao, Dora. 2 left, 1 left in the wall.
1 left. But yeah, with the confirm the Peiko Tanyao. Does feel like a tolerable Riichi.
FZS chucking the Riichi Suji Tuzo into Cyber's Riichi, going for that Pinfu Roundman Ishanten.
Cutting down the pair, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how far they decide to push this hand. Has a live 7-man that's right next to Dora.
Tenpai now for
Oh,
Unwise
that's
Al.
Senpai.
That's gonna deal in if he throws it.
Yeah, and he will.
Yeah, it's your dealer.
Dealer Riichi Pinfu. Yeah.
Either or, doesn't matter.
4-man's a smart choice. The 1-man was made safe, so you avoid dealing into like the 6-8 Hanchan and the 8-9 Penchan.
Yes.
But yeah, unfortunately, Unwise Al just got Tenpai on that turn.
Yeah, not much you can do about that. Does end the dealership, gives back some of the points back to Unwise Al. Now the gap has reopened back up to 34,000 points.
Yep. And we'll see how Unwise Al decides to play this last dealership of his. How aggressive he tries to get more points. Cyber building quite a nice hand with 2 Arca, couple completed shapes.
Yeah, Cyber Sand's looking actually pretty good here.
Ishanten here for Unwise Al.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, typically, even I'm in a situation, not from a Yakuman because I don't get those, but from this point of a lead, I still like to try and pile the pressure on myself. So we'll have to see if that's the path that Unwise Al goes for.
We see Chun Zadora, one of each in everyone but Cyber's hand.
Yep.
Ishanten here for Des.
Yeah, no one.
One of the Hatsu he wants is the door indicator.
Yeah, that always makes things a little bit awkward as well. Knowing that you've got 1 left already, and it could just be dead wall, and you have no idea, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, and there we see a glimpse of how Unwise Al wants to play his dealership. Could have had quite a nice Ishanten if he cut the Chun. But it likes to actually go back to 2 Shanten. Not willing to cut the Chundora.
Yeah. This kind of play we see quite often from this sort of format where you don't want to speed up your opponents. So in Unwise Al point of view, like if this hand goes to Rukoku and he's not Tenpai, it's like, so what?
Yeah.
I'll just hold on to the Shun forever. If I have to.
Okay, 1 Arca gets swapped out for Desu.
Yep. FZ is able to open. Now we'll probably drop the Chun. Chun comes. That can clear it for Unwise Al if they so want.
Yep.
And does. Cyber still searching for this Tenpai as well with these this nice starting hand, but Tenpai is first reached by FZS on the 6-9 so.
1 left, just a 9 sir.
Yes. Doesn't look too bad. You can only see 2 right now, but yeah, just the 1 left at this point. No. Cyber still left with this awkward 3-5 man shape.
Yeah, it goes headless right now. Which is kind of unfortunate because you just missed out on the 3-4-5 Sanshoku.
Yeah.
Is now on a Tanki wait. Does take it on the Tanki 5-man. 2 left in the wall actually, so you can see the 1 on the board. So it's pretty good.
Could be worse.
6-pin is kind of a horrible draw for FZS with that early 5-pin cut from Cyber. So it elects to go with the 2-3-man, which is safe.
Yep. Not a lot here.
Think you might just cut the 6-pin now that the 9-pin was cleared, and he does.
Yep.
One of the 5 mans drawn by Desu.
Can fit into their hand if they want to go for a Tenpai at the end. Don't get it.
Does not get it. Yeah, one pin.
Yep. So
Yep, just Tenpai for Cyber. And yeah, like you said, Onwai Zhao probably pretty happy just actually losing the minimum for Ryukoku.
Yeah, best case scenario in the end.
Yeah, I guess you can lose nothing, but
like if you have to lose, then 1,000 is the best you can hope for. So yeah, moves it on to Cyber. So Cyber in third with 7,000 points. So wanting to reign in second is 18k-ish away.
Yeah, I don't think you can be too happy just being staying above this. I really think you might need a chase for at least a second here.
Yeah, no. With the position that Tanyao Sensation are in, you really, first, you probably can't get at this point, but second is within reach. The hand they've started with isn't too bad. It's got 2 completed Manzu shapes if you want to, drop the 1 pin at any 1 man at any point. Yeah, Ishan 10 now. With the 2 Dora, it's not bad.
Yeah, we saw Ishan 10 denied from Desu. Doesn't want the Hatsu pair for even Riichi Hatsu. Wants to have some sort of maybe Pinfu, Tanyao, Itsu. Bring that up to a Mangan or Hanuman. So they have a good shot in their last dealership.
Yep. Very prudent play. This early on, it doesn't feel too bad to go back in Ishan 10 to, improve your hand quite significantly, potentially.
Yeah, really interesting hand building here for FZS. But Cyber's first Tenpai. Waiting on the 1-4 so for Riichi, Pinfu, Aka.
Bless you. 3 left on the wall.
Yep.
And it comes straight away.
It immediately comes out. Riichi Hatsu, Pinfu, Dora. That's the dealer Mangan.
Dealer Mangan straight hit to Desu. And brings Cyber back up. Now second is well within reach. And you have now quite a gap to fourth, which gives you a little bit more flexibility with how you can play at least the immediate next hand. Desu's going straight for a Honitsu here. It's actually Ishan 10 for Chitoi. That's Tenpai for Chitoi on the 5 pin.
Yeah, I get the feeling if he draws any Pinzu or Honor, he's just going to cut the 3 mans. Or, yeah, just goes for the Toi.
Opens for Toi. Could be Toi Honitsu. But imagine you'll take the 3 man if it's offered. Desu now needing to hit back immediately. And FZS is Tenpai on
Hanchan
Forza, yeah. Sorry, I was...
Ipeco Dora 3.
Yeah, strung through that. Ipeco Dora 3 is a dangerous Dharma.
Yeah. Interesting decision there from Onwai Zhao, cutting the 7-man, not taking the normal hand Ishan 10. Instead going Chitoi.
You're going Chitoi, holding some terminals and honors here.
Yeah, unfortunately for Cyber, he didn't have a really good starting hand this time around.
No, not compared to the rest of the board here, and despite playing it pretty normally, yeah, this has fallen off the pace.
Interesting decision here for SZS. Can take Tanyao Ipeco Dora 3 with the Kanjan Forso, or could maybe Riichi on the 3-so, which he does.
Yeah.
Waiting on the 4-7-so for Riichi Pinfu Dora 3. And if he draws a 7-so, it's another Dora.
Yep.
So definitely like this choice.
Good find for FZS. Not the easiest way
three
to
left.
see.
Three left in the wall.
Yeah, 3 left in the wall. 3 of them in Cyber's hand. So if they do decide to get a little defensive of their dealer, they could potentially deal in.
I think their hand is like just bad enough
Then they
that
can-
you might
yeah.
have to give up and hope that you can come back and pick up second later on.
Yeah, dealing in here for Cyber would pretty much ruin any chance of getting second. Not entirely, but you've effectively got 2 more hands left to try and bring back the deficit, especially dealing directly into FZS.
Yeah.
So another
There's
one.
another 4-so.
2 left now. Now, unluckily for Desu, could not get this hand together. You have to wonder if maybe going the Chitai route.
Yeah, nah, but keeps pushing
Yeah.
because does need the points. Does get tempo on the 6-9 pin here now.
9 pins jumped off.
One of each left.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter because FZS Sumo is a 7, so really big Sumo here because this is going to be Hanuman minimum. And gets an Ura for the Baiman.
It's an Ura for the
So
Baiman, yeah.
4K, 8K, just 13K away from Unwise Owl with 2 dealerships left, including his own.
Yeah. And now you have to feel a little unsettled as Unwise Owl, I imagine. Obviously, this is what you account for when you play defensively as early as they did, but can't feel comfortable. And yeah, we see 2
Really?
opens. Yeah.
Yeah, really bad for Cyber as well. You're like, I hope I can make it back in the last 2 hands, but now he's 30K away from second.
Yeah. Now you just have to try and keep above Tile Dreaming. Tile Dreaming, meanwhile, yeah, opening for what will probably be a Tanyao. And Cyber obviously going here for a Hanetsu.
As crazy as it sounds, it might have been better to not pawn the Hatsu for Cyber and to go for like a Chinitsu maybe.
Tempai.
Does get Tempai here for Hatsu, Honetsu. 340 would be 5,200.
It's nice, but it's not really a lot.
Well, we can always Khan the 1 man and flip Kandora 4.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, but Desu's last dealership here.
Yeah.
3 calls, but still Ishan 10.
Yeah, the hand wasn't too good in terms of shapes, so yeah, just sort of forced to open and try and keep up with Cyber. You need to retain your dealership at any cost here. Not at any cost, but yeah. Tempai.
Tempai 310 on the Azuzuke 4-pin doesn't take it.
Yeah, not a great tempai.
I might have honestly taken it. It's Tanya Dora 3.
Tempai as well for FZS on the 1-4-so Pinfu only. Well, yeah.
Not reaching. I guess it doesn't matter. Cyber does manage to get that Honitsu Sumo.
I wonder why there's a disappearing so quick. That's so weird.
Moving us into South 4, 13k points to make up for FZS. But wakes up with quite a nice hand. Hatsu Anko and 2 Aka.
Yep, this hand has potential. 12-7 behind Unwise Owl. So well within reach. Dealer Mangan Sumo.
Yeah, really good for FZS. He doesn't know that both the Hakus have been locked up in Unwise Owl and Desu's hands, so they're gonna slow their hands down.
Yes.
I say that, but both of them can just use it as their pair as of right now.
Yeah. But Yeah, I would love to see if they end up with hands that do that. You have to imagine you don't really want to go Aruzuke on a Haku and Southfall.
Ishan 10 upgrade here for FZS.
Yeah, FZS hands coming along very quickly here, which is fortunate because so is Unwise Owls.
Sab is also Ishan 10.
It's a hard call here to try and get for second, so yeah, I think you just need to stay ahead of Tar Dreaming.
Ishan 10 for Unwise Owl.
Could end up on Haku 7-man Shabo. Could be a couple things depending on what they draw next. West pair for Cyber, which is their seat. Ooh.
As an insta Riichi.
Yeah, you have to reach this. The 5
Yeah.
5-man 8-so, 3-so, not 8-so.
What? 4/7 man.
Oh, I was looking at a completely different.
Ah,
template.
you thought he takes
Yeah.
the champ on. No,
Yeah,
he takes the
I'm-
Ipeko chance.
Yes. So
But
first-
Cyber immediately chases with his West Dora 3. Did not even realize that West was the Dora.
did not either actually, yeah.
Waiting on the 2/5 so. 2/5 so is 4 left versus the 4/7 man, which is 1, 2, 3. Okay, it just comes out from Cyber, unfortunately.
Chihatsu Aka 2. There's the Lila Mangan, not the direct hit though, but with the extra stick.
Oh, overtakes Unwise Owl.
Yep. Is in the lead. Unfortunately, this is the tricky part is
Any
good-
to basically.
you need to try and win another decent hand.
Yeah.
300
So
points.
from anyone's gonna
Yeah.
knock him down.
Yep, exactly. And yeah,
Oh,
Unwise
but
Owl this
really
time has woken up with Hatsu, Bear, Honitsu obviously well within reach. And FZS's hand, it's got potential, but I don't think the speed is quite there.
Yeah, hopefully he can connect to that 5-pin and maybe get rid of one of the other Hanchans. Should just see a 1-pin drop here. Yep.
Yep. Just looking around the table,
Shouldn't-
Dess's hand.
Shouldn't see a
Ooh.
chi, but does chi. I guess you can chi. Actually, no, you already Ishan 10.
Yeah, it doesn't particularly do too much. You're still now waiting on another Penchan.
Yeah.
Yeah, FZS's draws are just despair.
Oh, but Tenpai for Unwise Owl waiting on the Penchan 3. Oh, Kanchan 3-pin. One left in the wall, but can easily upgrade, especially with that loose 5-pin in FZS's hand.
Yes.
Cyber, yeah, managing to get rid of the 9-so pair and pick up Tanyao with an Ipeko chance. Chi from Desu.
Have to be Tanyao if anything. With the Dora 3.
I don't know, maybe pick up like a 2 or 1-so and then drop the 7-9 pin?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it is, with Dora 3. Really unfortunate for FZS. Drew a 1-man earlier, but draws a 2-man.
The Sanders, it had no hope. Almost for FZS. Not with the start that Unwise Owl had. Now Tenpai and the 3-6 pin.
Yeah, it does add 1 extra 6-pin into the tiles that he can win on.
You don't need that.
Probably not going to Tanki.
Yeah. Looks
Both look
nice,
pretty
but doesn't
bad.
do anything. Yeah. Might as well try and keep the Rion men. No! They can't.
Okay, Ishan 10 for FZS.
I feel really tense to see if they can try and convert this, just with how quick Anwaizal had this hand.
Yeah, so for Unwise Owl, I believe there's still one of each left. Chun is Shonpai live, but it does cut it. Because if he just ends up no 10, then
Yeah, that's GG.
Unwise Owl is obviously Tenpai. It's gonna overtaken. There's Tenpai for FZS on the Kanchan 6er.
6, you see one. There's
One left in the wall.
One inside the sand.
Oh, interesting.
Freaking not coming here, I almost imagine. That doesn't though.
This is a weird end to the hand.
Fremont.
And Tenpai for this.
The 6 pin.
K10. FZS really needs to get back into Tenpai.
Yeah, very quickly now. I don't.
7 is obviously safe. Doesn't want to chuck the 6-man, so does manage to connect back to the 6-man at the end. Oh, and could have won on the 6-0 from Unwise Owl if he kept the
5, 6, 7.
other Tenpai. Yeah.
Did manage to find Tenpai though, which is
I think was lucky enough to get back Tenpai at the end.
Very fortunate. So same situation here because Unwise Owl obviously Tenpai as well. This hand isn't as quick to open for Unwise Owl, but can be straight into like a Tanyao sort of hand. And Saba calling with a Haku.
That's not good.
Yeah. Not
Oh,
too
never
likely.
mind. Oh, I actually would have just kept the chun and just prayed.
Just prayed.
Just draw like a god.
Well, we've already seen it once today. Again, FZS has the opportunity to open this hand. Like a Hatsu Dora 1. It's not a great hand to win, but it does sort of at least stop you from dying to any sumo.
Yeah, you definitely want a buffer that's more than 300, especially with 2 Humber.
Mm-hmm.
Unwise Owl with Tanyao tiles at the moment.
Yeah.
Couple of 2-3s and 7-8s though, so I don't think you can call for Tanyao.
You'd have to
that
try and get a pawn, and close these hands, close these weights down. Because as you said, you just run the risk of drawing a terminal and just being, ruined.
Ishanten not taken by Desu, stuck with a 1-man and 9 so pair, which is stopping him from making a larger hand. 2-pin gets dropped by Unwise Owl. Wonder if this is an attempt to feed Cyber tiles.
It's possible. It's a dangerous game.
And goes to the 4-pin now.
Yeah, Vedora. I guess it's Unwise Owl. You're okay with this strong of a second, but
well, it doesn't necessarily matter too much if he deals in because he's already currently second. If the aim is first, then maybe helping Cyber, maybe Simmer, and knock FZS down.
Yeah, it could also work. Yeah. Obviously, Unwise Owl can't know for sure that Cyber's Tenpai here. So just trying to offer tiles just in case they do help. For
FZS was Tenpai with no Yaku on the Kanchan 3 man, but with another 2-so draw, goes towards that Honetsu. But Ishan 10 here for Unwise Owl, very wide Ishan 10, and Tenpai for Cyber on the 5-so Tunky. That is Tenpai for FZS. 2-so, 4-so, no,
Is it just 3-so?
3-so. Only 3-so?
It feels like it should be more, but like fine. Yeah.
Why am I blind today? No, it's like 1 4-so. 3-so.
Can't be 1.
No, it's not 1 4-so. Yeah. Something.
Somehow it's just the 3-sos which are Desu's hand right now.
Choose the 1-so. It switches to the Champon, maybe.
Champon feels like would have to be the call here. Yeah.
And does. Oh.
Hatsu is still alive.
Can't
come out.
Oh, he does deal it in. That is massive for SDS. Otherwise, out dealing into Hatsu, Honetsu, Aka.
Yeah, FZS managing to corral in Unwise out. As we mentioned after the Akuman, it is possible to do and has been done, at least for now. At this stage, FZS with a 25k gap of Unwise out. So we need to see what a direct hit Hanuman. No. Yes. Directed Hanuman or Baiman Sumo would be enough if Unwise out wants to regain the first. FZS managing to just get what they needed. Unwise out maybe thinking that the Hatsu might have dealt into Cyber. It feels just such a risky play.
Well, if you think the Hatsu deals in, you wouldn't want to chuck it, because that just absolutely ruins your ability to come first.
Yeah, and that's why I was wondering, maybe you're okay with second? I mean, they're still second.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah.
Did have a nice Ishan 10.
Was a very nice Ishan 10. I was surprised as after the, dealing the dangerous styles, hoping that Cyber was going to call them, did manage to just find themselves in Ishan 10 anyway.
Ishan 10 for Unwise Owl here has an isolated Hakudora. Does not want to discard it.
Nope. At this stage now, you can just sort of let anyone else try and win their hand. Cyber appears to be trying for the Kokushi their own, or at least some sort of Chanta. Throwing a lot of center tiles. Unwise Owl of a Haku as well.
Yeah, going for maybe that Baiman Sumo you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Chitoi,
yeah.
Dora 5.
Yeah.
But that is Tenpai for Desu. Riichi Pinfu Tanyao Takame Ipeiko on the 2-so.
2-so, Riichi.
I think they need to pass a run, maybe.
Yeah, that's what
Unless
I'm
it's from Cyber. Oh, but just a pass to the 2-so.
Pinfu Ipeiko.
That is Hanuman.
Hanuman, yeah. That's...
Oh, and Naruto.
Oh, no.
Baiman.
It's so unfortunate for Cyber. But brings Desu back to positive. What a Hanchan.
Yeah, unfortunately still like negative 35 isn't that great.
No, it's not. But could have been worse. Yeah.
We have the log.
We do have the log. What a far out. I can't even wrap my brain about what that Hanchan was.
Unfortunately, SDS doesn't want to have an interview with us. I really wanted to ask him about that.
That's
not
fair.
not keeping Tenpai on that South 4 dealership.
Yeah. Well, we can
But I guess I will never know my answer.
we can quickly go through the Hanchan on our own here. If I can remember how to. There we go. No, not that one. Here we go.
Yeah,
So-
the Hanchan was so crazy that like you just forget about the fact that there was a Yakuman.
Yeah, so we had this first one here from Unwise Owl, which was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? It was 10.
10 with a pair.
10 with a pair, which is a great start. And then the draws were just good. The 1-1 came straight away. The 1 pin, which was fine. It's a bit superfluous, but. And
Yeah, you
what
just got
was-
stuck at Ishanten.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did just get stuck in the shutdown, and then he was able to keep it for so long because the Riichi and the tiles were just safe. But mounts into nothing in the end. We went over to Rikoku somehow. And then you start. This hand, it doesn't look good. In fact, no, it looks really bad. It's that
It looks really bad.
there's a term for it when you have all the non-connected tiles or whatever. It's one of those.
Yeah, if you just change that 4-so to a 3-so, and then you actually have a local Yakuman.
Yeah, exactly. And
Maybe not on that draw, but yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 with no pair. 9 with no pair. 10 with no pair. 11 with no pair.
11,
12 with no pair.
and
Like-
then pairs it up.
Yeah. And then pairs it up straight away. And this is so quick. Especially on the Dora. You're so lucky because normally these sort of Dora weights are really hard to come across because people are just hoarding them. Yeah. It's great. it's like watching beauty unfold on your screen. And then from there we saw straight away just this what was it? They were playing this very defensively. Like this 5-pin, for example, it's hanging, but yeah, it's just straight away. This Genbutsu,
Yep.
I'm not playing around. So yeah, this was FZS's first win. Which was the start of reining him in. FZS really just played solidly. Like dealt in here obviously. And this is unfortunate. Like this is gonna happen. You've got a dealer, Riichi, you've got Dora, you've got Pikachu.
Yeah.
Decent weight. It's that's unavoidable, unfortunately, for FZS. But it didn't matter in the end because after that they just didn't deal in again. We had the Baiman Sumo here on the 7, so with the Ura to make it Baiman.
Yeah, I think SLS was lucky to hit a lot of Ura that bumped up
Yeah.
his hand.
Yeah, exactly. This and this hand, as we were looking into it, and you saw the upgrade here with the 3-so, you pointed out it's like you can take the 7-so here, and it's extra Dora chances. It's exactly what you sort of need to do if you're trying to rein in somebody with this sort of a lead. You just have to try and take every chance you can get to find extra points, extra Han. Yeah, so it was a great Hanchan, all things considered. I mean, you can't really get much better than someone scoring a Yakuman and then someone able to drag in that score and come first over the course of the Hanchan. And FZS and Crimson Wonder is the perfect team to do it because they were the ones closest to reeling in Riichi Fingers. And now with this Hanchan, we can see the point situation now has shrunk 100 points from first to second. Second is now over 200 ahead of third. And there's still about 100 between third and fourth. So the fight for first is definitely on.
Yeah, before we spoke about the fight for second, and right now,
Yeah.
the fight for first is closer.
Yeah, so going into the next 2 games, we'll have to see if the fight for first still manages to heat up here. Otherwise, it'll be looking for Dreaming and Tanyao Sensation to try and reel in Crimson Wanderers next to fight for second. Yeah, I mean, as we pointed out before the game started, with this format, you're able to just really have these wild point swings because you're just fighting the same themes over and over again for your games.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if like Tile Dreaming starts getting a couple first and Riichi Fingers starts getting a couple last, and then there's a three-way fight, because
Yeah,
that would be really fun to watch.
that would be amazing to watch. Yeah, so we'll be back again here tomorrow night, same time. So yeah, we hope to see you then, because everything looks to be heating up very quickly. Any last thoughts?
No, like I said, I knew we were in for some fun game today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we did have some fun games. Alrighty.